Hey everyone, welcome back again. Thanks for tuning in. Today we're out in the processing shed. This is where we process all the meat off the farm here on this in this building here. So this is where we bring the quarters of meat, beef in, lamb, goat, pigs, bring them in here, and this is where it all takes place. This is where we set it all up, ready for the freezer. So
you're watching the Noble Farms YouTube channel. Make sure to hit that subscribe button and support the channel. Thanks for watching.
Today we're out here. We're going to be making some burgers. We got some equipment here that we're going to try for the first time. We haven't used some of the equipment we have here, new. So every year we seem to pick up a new piece of equipment and give it a try and see how it works out. This year we purchased a way bigger meat grinder. That's the one we'll be using to make the burgers and stuff. So here at the meat shop, we built this a year ago. It'll be about a year ago this summer. So it's been going really well. Really has jumped us ahead when it comes to processing meat. So this little place here we just built on our own. We didn't no background into any of this. Let me tell you, it's been a roller coaster ride, to say the least. But we hung in there and we learned from people and picked up little stuff and twisted things the way that we needed it to work for us. So we built this shed. It is inspected, so it is certified by the government to process meat in here. So over here, this is the meat grinder that we picked up. It's a nice one, nice size. Hopefully we can go through a little bit meat a lot faster with this. So this is the one we'll be using today, giving it a try. We bought the foot pedal and all that with it too as well. So it's just a little tiny foot pedal, which you turn the system on and off. So that's pretty convenient. And we also going to try this little setup. What we have here is a burger. For making burgers, it actually attaches to the grinder and it pushes the meat out and forms the burger. And you pop it out onto your little parchment paper that separates your burgers. So hopefully it goes well. Like I said, it's the first time we've tried it. So stay tuned. You may get to see something pretty funny, or may end up ditching the idea altogether, but hopefully it'll work. We also purchased a bunch of other stuff too as well. A lot of this stuff we purchased was used because this equipment is so expensive to buy brand new. So some stuff we had from previous years, but this was the little tiny meat saw that we started out with. Wasn't much good for beef, I tell you, but for lamb, goat, and that it worked perfectly fine. And at the time when we were doing just our stuff for our own self, that worked very, very well. But now we don't use this anymore. Hopefully we can move this along and someone else could find use for it. This one here is an old timer, but boy, it's still working like a charm. This is a meat slicer, big commercial meat slicer. Works very well. Does a very, very nice job. So we've used that quite a bit too as well. Also, we picked up this system in the background here. That one is a system to be able to put it onto the trays. It heats up. You got a heat pad. The wire gets hot, which cuts the shrink wrap off the plastic wrap and seals it in. This is the meat here that we will actually be turning into burgers here. So we have 23 pounds of ground beef and a little bit of pork put into it too as well. be making some barbecued burgers. So hopefully that turns out fine. Over here, we needed room to be able to, when we're cutting, to put steaks on, roast, all your meat, to be able to pack it on here, to be able to organize it. So when you get it cut, then you can just have somebody wrapping the whole time you're cutting, because when you're cutting it, you're going to get that wrap, get it put in the coal, and that as soon as you can. So the small meat saw that we did have, we upgraded to this one. This is one we purchased off a guy. He obviously went bigger. This one seemed like a good buy for us. We got a very, very good deal, and it works very well. Very pleased with this. We can cut beef on this ease. So it works very nice. Really happy with purchasing that. And it made the system go a lot quicker here, that's for sure. So all the walls in there, we just bought metal siding and roofing type, I guess. And what we did is we just did the whole entire wall with it. Kind of lifted up off the floor too. I wanted it to come up off the floor an inch or two, just to be able to clean all the way around, so that you don't have anything hiding in under that tin on the back side. So that seemed to work very well. I'm glad we made that decision. That was just the way we wanted it. And here's the sink system for cleaning up, and that we purchased again off like other people. It's used equipment, but in very good condition. Most of that stainless steel stuff is very good. And boy, is that a lifesaver here too when it comes to cleaning up all your big tubs and your big grinders and all that. We installed hot water on demand heat system here. And that was a game changer too as well, actually, because nothing worse than not having really good hot water. And that do throw out some really good hot water. And another little thing we did was we hooked up a garden hose system to the hot water on demand on the hot side, so that when we go to clean up in here, we use the pressure sprayer and we clean up with really hot water. And that hot water really melts that fat away, so it cleans up really nice, and you can sanitize it. So on the ceiling here, we just purchased rails. It's not the proper meat rails, obviously. It's just for like a overhead sliding doors for like barns and stuff like that. But being up out of the way, yeah, it worked very, very well. We hang a full cow in here, full beef, and no issues whatsoever. And we can slide it around and handle it. I think last year we had a full beef in here and 2 pigs. So that's enough for us in here, and it takes the weight pretty well. On the ceiling, we just went with plywood. We didn't go with tinning the ceiling over. Can't say I don't know really why we didn't. We probably should have, but at the time we just said no. If we ever want to put tin there, we could later. So we put 3/4 plywood on the ceiling, and that hold up very well. So we had something very strong up there. And inside this beam, you can't see it, but in the ceiling up here, there's a laminated beam that this rail is screwed to the whole length of the shed here. So it can really take a good weight. So all in all, this place worked very, very well for us. Hopefully it'll last a lot of years and serve a lot of people some good meat. So, and that's what we've been doing, and that's what we're trying to do, is be as self-sufficient, help as many people as you can, help out your neighbors, the locals, because this day and age is farm-raised beef. It's way better than what you're going to buy in the store. Just let me say that, but that's to its own discretion, I guess, but that's the way we run, and quite a few other people do too. And so that's just the way we did it here. Not saying it's 100% right. There's lots of stuff in here and lots of things we do around here, around the farm that, you know, maybe if we had to do it over, we would do a little different. But then again, your entire life is like that sometimes. I wish you could do something a little different. But you learn from your mistakes and you keep going and you keep moving forward. And so, yeah, stay tuned and we'll show you how we make some burgers here. So we're back and we got the ground meat and a little pork put in here. So now we're going to mix the seasoning in. This is the barbecued seasoning here that we're using. Put in this entire bag because the entire bag calls for this many pounds of meat. So we'll just mix this up a little bit. We don't have a mixer yet, so that's the next thing, is the big mixer. So we already have the water pre-measured out. This much water goes in this. Okay, let's see if we can get this through the grinder now, I guess. So some here. I'll fill her up here, get some in first. Like I said, we'll run this through a couple times. There you have it. That's through one time, but you can still see little bits of the crumbs in here from the seasoning, so we'll run it through a second time here. First, I'm going to remove this piece here on top. So we're going to grind now the second time, and we'll just turn it into just balls like that, drop it in, and So there you go. That's 23 pounds of meat put through twice. Looks like it's at a good consistency for burger, so. Or sausage, whatever you want to make, but we're going to make some burgers. So we'll hook up the press now for the burgers and get into it. So we have the burgers done there now. We have them all pressed out, put on the paper, and they're averaging around 0.49 pounds, it's saying right here. So it's a good sized burger. We have 54 burgers out of here, out of the roughly 23 pounds what we did. So right now Danielle is getting these wrapped on the trays. There you have it, 4 burgers on a tray, ready for the freezer. So I think she's caught up with me, so I better get to work and getting some of these put on the trays for her. It's a pretty simple process. It works really well. Goes by a bit quick, packaging them up. Boy, did he ever look good. Look really nice. It's a job to beat that, that's for sure. We'll be putting some of these on the barbecue tonight. So we have the burgers done now in the packages. The system works lovely. So Danielle's just put some labels on them so she know what they are when they're in the fridge. So yeah, just burgers for our own personal use. Farm. This looks pretty neat though, with little tiny labels with the farm logo on it. Went on the computer and made up some of these logos. That was pretty neat. I thought it was pretty. So yeah, so we'll take out a tray for tonight for a burger for tonight, and then the rest will just go in the fridge for later. So that pretty much wraps up what we done here today. You guys get to see the machines working and what we do here. Yeah, so it turned out very well. I like when you look at a nice product, end product, very presentable. So looks pretty good. So anyway, that's it for this video. We'll have some more to follow. So make sure to like and subscribe, and we'll catch you on the next videos.